Can you hear me?
Now we can. Now we can hear you.
Now you can hear me. Perfect. Yeah, so good afternoon and thank you for joining us. I'm Mirjam. I'm Director of Workplace Strategy at Delivery Hero, and we are very happy that we can be here today, also remotely. Passing on to Gabriela.
I'm Gabriela Rago. I'm Senior Project Manager in the Workplace Strategy team.
Yeah, a little bit about Delivery Hero. Delivery Hero is a rapidly growing tech company with their headquarters in Berlin. We have more than 43,000 employees globally, with our headquarters in Berlin housing around 2,900 heroes by the end of 2021. We operate in 50 plus markets across the globe with 1.3 million riders, 630,000 partners, and around 10 plus tech hubs. Today, we are going to talk about what exactly workplace experience means for us and also our employees, and how it can be successfully developed to become the employer of choice by offering an engaging and inspiring experience. So, over the last few years, we have developed our definition of our workplace experience. For us, this is all about the office being the catalyst for connections between employees. It's about how workspaces affect people and intrinsically the business as a whole. And this definition is a very individual one, and it depends on the specific business and company culture and can change over time and should change over time. And we will dive deeper into how ours had developed and what it means. So let's take a step back and look into different workplace concepts. Over the past few years, we have seen and experienced many different workplace trends that have brought us to where we are today. So from open offices to activity-based working, and most recently hybrid working, there have been many experiments and changes in modern workplaces lately. And we believe that none of these are right or wrong. It's important to find a strategy that works best for your business. And we will explain some of the steps that can help to discover what that may look like, and in order to create the optimal workplace experience. Now I'm passing on to Gabriela, who will tell you about how we developed our new workplace experience, beginning with the importance of data-based decision-making.
Thank you, Mirjam. At Delivery Hero, the new workplace experience is focused around giving our employees choice in where and how to work, as well as flexibility to change and try new things. Our workplace experience is built around three key ideas. The first is data-informed optimization. Before making any assumptions about what our employees want or need, we first focus on discovery and research, and then collecting employees' feedback. Regular surveys are one way we collect feedback, asking questions around topics such as the ones listed here, where participants can rate how strongly they agree or disagree with statements regarding events, the workplace, and the support they receive. What do we do with the data and feedback collected? We then use the feedback to inform our strategies in the workplace. Here you can see how some of the examples from the previous slide could directly relate to the proposed changes. For example, employees indicated they value volunteering events most, so we could organise more of those. Employees also enjoy days in the office, however, they prefer not to be there every day, so having some flexibility is important. And as employees did not know where to go for further support, we may need to further communicate or improve how to find the right resources. Another way we use data is to inform the design and planning of our offices. By asking employees how their time is divided between concentration, co-creation, connection, and inspiration, we can better understand how they intend to use the workplace. We can plan the space proportionally to ensure we have the right amount of space for each task and that employees are able to choose the right space accordingly.
Yeah, following from this, the second key part of our workplace experience is collaborative and inclusive design. At Delivery Hero, we believe collaboration is fundamental to our campuses, and employees come together and they thrive in an environment that supports collective creativity and innovation. And with over 100 nationalities, our workplace should support the diversity and uniqueness of everyone, so they all feel included and respected. And most importantly, they should have a feeling of belonging, and they should find also a home. Collaborative and inclusive design can mean both physical or digital changes in the workplace. So physical as well as digital tools should enable all employees to participate equally, and whether they're in a meeting space, at home or elsewhere. As well as the latest hardware and software, this could be also adapting spaces to be wheelchair accessible, including the virtual participants as part at the meeting circle, or ensuring high color contrasting signage around the offices. And now you can see an example of how interior design can be collaborative and also inclusive, using a variety of different furniture arrangements, as well as having movable furniture in some spaces gives more choice and diversity for the employees' different needs and tasks. And you shouldn't be afraid to test out new elements and get feedback on what works and what does not work. We can all be flexible in the workspace, and we have to be more flexible.
The final part of the workplace experience is community and culture. Although many different factors create company culture, the workplace should enable the culture to thrive and communities to grow. An example of a workplace community is employee resource groups. These are purpose-driven groups of employees that unite based on shared characteristics or life experiences, driving initiatives that promote diversity, provide community, and encourage an inclusive culture. Our workplace provides space for our hero communities, as well as other groups, to meet, learn, and grow. Community building in the workplace can be having a space dedicated to bringing people together outside of their regular work. This can help create deeper connections and give people more purpose and pride in the company that they work for. Creating a community program dedicated to these kind of events is a simple way to organize a space, as well as making employees aware of what to expect. To summarize, collaborative and inclusive design, community and culture enabled, and data-informed optimization are the three key ideas our workplace experience at Delivery Hero is built upon, and how we plan to develop the workplace strategy in the future.
Yeah, and once your workplace experience is defined, how do you ensure it is successful, right? This is what we're all thinking about. So changing the experience in the workplace is no overnight fix. It will take time and agility to transition, particularly for more traditional and rigid companies. So let's look into our top tips for the transition into a new workplace experience. First is data. Debias and ensure that any changes are built on what employees actually want. And ensure the stakeholders are aligned on the guiding principle or key drivers for what the workplace experience should be. Test out new ideas first before investing a lot of resources on something that might not fit your business. And this is very important. Involve your employees and allow opportunities for improvement. And communicate regularly and clearly so that employees are informed. And creating documentation, playbooks, and guidance can be helpful, not only for employees, but also for implementing design and strategies. And in our workplace strategy team, we have recently developed our workplace standards. And within this framework, we have defined key principles and requirements that our workplaces should follow. And our brands around the world, they can easily access guidance on topics such as how to select furniture, how to proportion space, and also where to find further resources. And for large companies with many offices, developing these guidelines, they can be fundamental to having a consistent and clear workplace experience for all employees across all sites. And sharing experiences is key to become a better, also on a global level, right? We are hosting regular workplace experience meetups with our different workplace teams around the world. And it's really nice to see how the vision of an engaging workplace experience is very similar in most of the entities. And yeah, we hope you enjoyed the presentation, and we're really looking forward for your questions. I hope this works also remotely. So we are happy to answer questions if you have some.
I have some questions for you. So it would be, let me get my sheet. When you created the survey of what people would like more of, did the questions come from the participants, or did you define those questions yourselves?
Usually we're the ones to define the questions. We do a lot of research on questions that have been asked in the past, or questions that we've asked before, or have tips from management also that would like further details on specific topics. So usually we create the questions, but also we often have an open comments field. So if there's something in particular we're seeing coming up a lot, or people are asking further questions in these comments, then we'll be sure to incorporate them into further surveys.
Okay, that's great. I have one other question, and if anyone would like to ask, I can pass the microphone to you. But my other question is, how do you evaluate the impact of this new engaging workplace design on business results? Have you made that connection yet, or are you in the process of doing this?
So we're running regular NPS. So we have workplace NPS, and we're running like regular sessions on that. So we have an engagement driver and also an environment driver, and there we can really see the numbers. So if we implement or open a new office space, then normally we would see the changes in these Peakon scores actually. So we have a quite good way to measure the impact of what we're doing. Yeah.
All right. And have you any examples to share, or not yet?
I think the first time we really did like a huge change was a couple of years ago, when we did run a pilot on activity-based working, right? So we took away desks from employees, and then we just threw them all out. We just kept 40 desks for 120 employees, and the rest was really different ways of working, very agile neighborhood. And we could see, and in this time we did run regular surveys also with the employees, and we felt like that the collaboration went up by a lot in the survey. And there was maybe two complaints that people wouldn't find too many desks to stay on this desk for the whole day. But I think the collaboration went up in the numbers of the survey. Actually, yes. Yeah.
I will just ask one closing remark. What do you feel personally was the greatest reward for you working on this project? And I'd like to hear from each of you, what was most rewarding for you personally in working on these projects?
I think for me, it's really rewarding having an open communication with all of our employees and working so closely together with them and with their feedback. I think this is really nice that our clients are so close to us, and we get to have these real conversations and improvements based on their real feedback and real data on the usage of the space.
Thank you. Yes? Mirjam?
Yeah, for me, it's mostly, I know that it is always quite easy to ask in surveys, and we evaluate a lot of data. But actually for me, most rewarding is if you really see in the spaces how whatever we're working on, and if we change something, because out of the data, right, how then people start using it in this way, right? I think this is most rewarding, just to see how people are using spaces and they feel happy and comfortable in it.
It's great. Thank you very much. We're going to have roundtables in a moment, so any other remarks, questions from anyone? Thank you very much, ladies, for an interesting explanation of how to redesign the workspace.
Welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.